Hey guys, my name is Heather. I like to read books and I like to talk about books on the internet. And so that's what we're going to do today. We are going to talk about my TBR for January of 2024, which is still awkward to say, 2024. I have prioritized these books into two different sections. I have my must reads and my I would really like to get to this book reads. Starting with the must reads of the month. We're going to start with one that I actually finished today, and that first book that I had to finish in the month of January was Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. This is the final book in the Throne of Glass series. I had intended to finish this series at the end of 2023. The holidays happened. I didn't get to read as much as I would have liked to. This book is 20 pages shy of being a 1,000 page book, and I was just really excited to see how this saga ended with the characters that I have come to love so much. And also with Crescent City 3 coming out so soon, I definitely wanted to be well versed in all of the Sarah J. Maas universes. And so I was really excited to put this one on my January TBR and finish it. Next up on my must-read list is a book for one of my in-person book clubs. This is a group of teacher friends that I have, and we get together once a month and we pick a book and we talk about it and make really good food. This month is a book I probably would not have picked for myself to read, but part of book club is exposing yourself to books that you probably wouldn't pick up yourself. And also it's just really fun to talk about books. Even if I end up not liking this book at all, sometimes having a strong opinion makes for fun book club discussion. And that book is A Winter in New York by Josie Silver. I have started listening to this book, and from what I can tell, we have a girl who has moved from England to New York. She's basically starting life over. She and her mom had this gelato recipe that they would make as she grew up, and it was very, very beloved to both her and her mother. They kind of bonded over this gelato. And when she moves to New York, she finds out that there is a place that sells gelato, a little family business, and they are in danger of losing all of the memory and access to the gelato recipe because the one person who has the memory of the recipe is having issues with his memory. And therefore, obviously, it's a threat to the gelato business because if the secret family recipe disappears with the person struggling with their memory, then they no longer have the thing that they sell. And I feel like it's going to be a love story and also some family drama and also lots of talk of gelato and winters in New York. We'll see if I like it. Another book for a different in-person book club is Shark Heart, A Love Story by Emily Habeck. And I'm really excited to get to this one. I think even though it is by appearances a thicker book, I think it's going to read really fast because that's a chapter. And there's a ton of chapters in this book that are like that, where it's just short little pages. And this book is about newlyweds who are in their first year of marriage, and the husband gets diagnosed with a rare disease that's going to turn him into a great white shark. And so the couple really has to grapple with living in the here and now with each other, but also preparing for this change, literal change. He's not going to be the same person. He's going to turn into a vicious predator that also retains his memories of being married and his human life. And I think we're going to explore love and loss and grief. And I'm really hoping that there are just some beautiful, beautiful moments and some beautiful quotes in this book that I really latch onto. If you know me, a sad book that makes me cry is the kind of book that I want. Zelda has joined us, so if you see that tail moving in the background, that's what that is. Another book for a Discord book club that I'm a part of, a Patreon book club, is going to be a Fragile Enchantment, and this is for Liv's Library's Tea Time Society book club. Her Patreon will be linked down below if you're interested in joining. I don't know much about this book. I did get it on Kindle. I have a whole new Kindle reading setup that is making reading on my Kindle so much fun. And so whenever there's a book that I'm like, I don't need to buy the actual physical cover, but it sure would be nice to read it on my Kindle, that's what I'm doing. So this book feels like it's going to kind of be very kind of Regency England, Bridgerton vibes, but make it fantasy. And from what I understand, we are following a main character who makes clothes, and she's able to weave emotions and memories into the clothes that she makes. She gets commissioned to make clothing for the prince's wedding, and in doing so, the gossip tabloids start a rumor that she and the prince are somehow involved, and our story starts from there. So I think it's going to be juicy and lots of palace and gossip intrigue going on. And hopefully at the heart of it, there's a really sweet love story, because that is what I'm about with these YA novels. I need there to be a sweet love story. Speaking of sweet love stories, one of the books that I would like to get to this month is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. This is the sequel to Divine Rivals, which is a book I absolutely loved when I read it earlier in 2023. Obviously, I can't say what's going to happen in this book, but the first book left us on such a cliffhanger that I cannot wait to get to this one. Another book I would really like to get to this month is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. This is a YA book that I hear has Hunger Game type vibes. All I really know about it is that we have got ordinaries and elites, and ordinaries are not allowed in the elites country, and we have a girl who is pretending to be an elite, but she is not. I think it's romantasy, and I think it's YA, and I think that one of my Discords is doing like an unofficial buddy read with this. So that could be a lot of fun if I make it around to this book. And last but not least, I don't have the physical copy of it, but the last book I have to read in anticipation for Crescent City, House of Flame and Shadow, is the second Crescent City book, House of Sky and Breath. I have not read it yet, and I read the first Crescent City book 2 years ago, and so I really need to refresh my brain on what happened in that book. I don't think I'm going to have time to do a reread of book 1, but there's several articles and videos out there that could help refresh my brain, so I intend to do that, and then do a read of Crescent City 2. I have it on audio. I would like to do audio paired with a book if I'm able to, if I can find it at the library or something. And that would just be like really, really ideal, because I want to be prepared. I want to be prepared fully for Crescent City 3. And just a very short PSA, okay? If you spoil Crescent City 3 on Instagram, on Discord, on Facebook, to my face in person, I will be beyond upset, because that's what happened with Crescent City 2. I already know the big thing in Crescent City 2. I still need to read it, because I still need to know all of the little details in the plot that lead up to what I got spoiled for, but I'm not happy about it. So please, guys, if you're going to talk about Crescent City 3 with your friends, that's great. Please do it in a private chat. Please hide it in Discord behind spoiler tags. Please don't post fan art of moments that are going to give the plot away to people who either read more slowly or who can't get to it at its release date. Okay? Okay, I'm glad we're all on the same page about that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Are any of these books on your January TBR? If not, tell me what book you're most excited to read this month. As always, my social media is linked down below. If you want more bookish content from me, please make sure that you are subscribed and like this video, because it really does help support my channel, and it helps more people see it that might want to talk about books with me, or that I might want to talk about books with. And I'm done being awkward, so I will see you guys in the next video very soon. Bye, guys.